Keyboard commandos, welcome back. Are you ready? I'm always ready for the altars, but before we get into that, I want to use this game as an example of what you need to be careful of when a new game comes out or you do a driver update in particular. Now, I noticed this issue before, but didn't realize it was a bug. That wasn't until I recently saw the Jay's 2 cents video that spelled it out as a bug, and that is your access to ReBAR. Now, this is the NVIDIA profile inspector, and I have scrolled down. It gives you all this driver level access. All right, and it's a separate download. I can link one in the description below, but I'm in the common section. So you do a driver update. This one, of course, isn't on the latest one. And you're thinking, all right, I should be able to play the new game that came out, no problem. And I'm going to highlight this problem here, like in that video, because as you can see, the ReBAR feature in this driver is actually disabled, which it shouldn't be. So if I go from the global, let's say I put in God of War, because this is a game that I do a lot of testing on for the DLSS transformer model, etc. When I scroll down in the specific setup for God of War, I actually had turned it back on because I come in here a lot to do game specific changes, right? So the preset. But it's enabled here. Where it is not enabled is global. Excuse me. So let me just hit home. There we go. Makes that way faster. So what's happening? Well, it was discovered that at least in the updates, it's turning this back off. Now, if you went to GPU-Z, we're going to open up GPU-Z. It's a tool so that you can take a look at your GPU specs. If you only looked at this, it says resizable bar or ReBAR is enabled. So what's the issue? Because over here it's disabled. Well, in the BIOS, it is enabled, right? The BIOS makes it possible to use ReBAR, but in the driver itself is disabled. So if you're wondering why you may not be getting as much performance after you do an update, or it feels like somehow performance has gone backwards, this is why. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to run the altars. This is a brand new run. Like I literally have only booted it up just to get to the settings menu because I was trying to see what version of DLSS it's on, and it's on 3.7. So I'm going to do a series of videos here, but we're going to compare what it ships with versus I believe it's 3.10.2.1, and then the latest version, 3.10.3, and see if we can spot any differences, at least at 1440p. May do 4K as well, but so we're going to actually just play this game with ReBAR off first, and then we're going to play it with ReBAR on the 4060 Ti just to see if any difference can be noticed. So let's hop in. It's going to be an SDR. As you know, I love putting things in HDR, but we're going to do SDR. Let's get right into this. All right, so it loaded something in there. We're getting some mad stuttering. It's like it loaded in the character model. Oh, this game is going to look sweet on HDR. I can already tell. So it's 50 FPS on 1440p.
Anyone?
When this GPU is pegged, but it's not using a lot of VRAM. So these are high settings, native TSR-AA. So here we are. We can finally move around for the first time. So this, again, high settings. There's been a huge debate about, not even a debate really, a huge consensus that 8 GB graphics cards aren't enough. But here we are. It looks like water, looks like oil. How far can we go out? Okay, we hit the invisible barrier. Cool. Can we get back in this? No. All right. Yeah, this is kind of like an orange-ish. So this is our like emergency flare, I guess. And yeah, ain't nobody gonna see you out in this, brother. Yeah, it looks like oil. How come we can't get to this, man? Uh oh, never mind. Let's get out. All right, there's no jump button so far. There's a run button. Is that another flare? Somebody got here before us?
An emergency flare from my capsule. I should look out for those.
And do what? Can we climb? We can do nothing. Okay. It's got the 2% or the 1% low. Let's reset that. There we go. That was from compilation. Oh, let me move this for a second. I'll hold shift to run. I got you. So looks like I need to move. There we go. If they're gonna give me information in the corner, we'll just do this then.
Hello? You read me? This is Jan Dolsky. I've landed safely, but I think my capsule went astray.
So the closer I get to the water-ish stuff,
Maybe the radio's broken.
FPS drops. I can already tell the black level is raised. Because it's looking kind of grayish. It's such a weird button to use to run instead of using the analog stick. This looks like glass. But nice lighting, I do think though. Oh, okay, so climbable rocks you can use A. Okay, they're sort of, they're nicely not painted, but you can tell that you're supposed to climb them. Ooh, that was a nice transition. Not the loading part, but actually zooming in like that. Leaving it in engine was really cool.
Not much I can do for her now. Oh, I gotta find the others.
That's what they were highlighting with The Witcher 4. Yeah, and see now, same spot, we had a cutscene. I really, really like that. Oh wow, we have an energy bar at the bottom now. Rest in peace, my guy. Dang. Can we see a face? Okay, no.
What happened? Shipping crash. The capsule's intact. Looks like she died inside of it. I don't get it.
I like how grounded this feels so far. So clearly they're heavier. Like the closer we are to certain spots, it drops. Like right now we're looking at 70-ish, near 70 FPS, but we're looking up, so.
mobile base. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Olsky here.
It's a big tire.
Anyone copy? If you can hear me, I've located the base. We try and get down there. Maybe they landed closer to the drop-off point. I gotta keep moving.
All right, so let's see what this looks like now that we've run around a bit. It's native AA. Oh yeah, that is a thing now where it like does this auto. Low latency is off. That's interesting. Oh, it does have frame gen. You can see everything is on high. I forgot to show you that earlier. Oh, it does have DLAA. That might be pretty heavy. Let's see. Dang, did DLAA just give us some more FPS? Okay, no, it was a spot. It's like, what the? Like hovering in the 60s. Let's see if we get more traversal stutter. Honestly, I could play it this just fine. I don't see this being like a twitchy kind of game. So, but I do like that there's a frame gen.
The capsules. Wait. What? No. That's impossible. They can't all be.
Bro, your scouter bugging. Everybody going.
Why? Makes no sense.
It might. Does that look like that rock face looks like an at
Radiation wave? Now?
yo what?
It's rising fast. I gotta get to the base.
Warning radiation. Am I supposed to run? Yo, this is a crazy effect. It seems like there's a little bit of chromatic aberration going on too, which is unfortunate. Oh wow, you can see that crap.
Yes, the elevator. Quick. Come on. Come on. That was close.
Dude, that's the survival element? What the crap?
Hello?
You were tired.
Here?
No, I just woke up.
For a moment, I hope someone else made it.
Oh, I like this.
Comms room and get help.
I haven't played a game that has this angle in a long time. It reminds me of this War of Mine. Okay, it did have to load that. So that's the overview. A communication room, a command center, the cabin, storages, the quantum computer. Find the communication room. Okay. So now we have a baseline. So let's do this. All right, you guys are still with me here. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna come in here and find our rebar and enable it. And then we're gonna do that. I don't think we need a size limit. I'll just do this.
That was a tough landing.
That frame time graph was pretty flat for a while.
Do you read me?
Now I left rebar blank.
Anyone?
It's using whatever I set in the BIOS, but I don't remember. But typically you could set that to the size limit to 8 gigs and you should be just fine. But you can tweak it per profile. Oh, so down here we're near the 70s. Dang, when we turn this way we get 81. 80. Oh shoot, hold up, let me yeah, we still on DLAA 1440p. Let me turn that on. Let me see if it actually. Yo, it's really rare to see an Unreal Engine game like flat like that, at least for me. So what's automatically I can tell what's sort of harming the frame rate is this smoke. Yeah, like as soon as I got up on it. That's really cool. We can get about a 70 plus FPS experience at 1440p on the 4060 Ti. Oh, let me reset that again. There we go. I always forget to reset the 1% low.
That's an emergency flare from my capsule.
Yeah, every time we get closer to this stuff, it drops to below 60 FPS, and as soon as we move our camera away from it, then we go back up.
Hello? You read me? This is Jan Dolsky. I've landed.
I do see like these little like green.
My capsule went astray.
I think they're like artifacts, maybe.
The radio's broken.
I thought it was just tied to that event. Yeah, there it is right there. That might be. I didn't see that when we were using TSR AA. So let's see if it's something with. Mind you, I'm also not on the latest driver, so that could 100% be the problem. Ultra quality. No, it's still there. So it might be. It might be an issue with the driver itself. I haven't updated it because I've been messing around. Oh, so we dropped to 60 here. I've been messing around with my emulators and they like being on the same driver, so otherwise your recompilation is all over the place again. I was like, what's dropping my FPS? Yep. It looks great though. So let's keep all things consistent here, as we're only testing right now for There we go. $56.
No, it's the captain. Shit.
I would say that transition was a little smoother, still kind of janky.
What the hell? Not much I can do for her now. Oh, I gotta find the others.
So we dropped down into the 40s.
What happened? She didn't crash. The capsule's intact. Looks like she died inside of it. I don't get it.
So far, we're still above 60 FPS for the most part, which is impressive. It's not that ReBAR did like a whole lot
There it is.
in this particular instance,
Golski here.
but it does feel smoother in some areas. So it's definitely like
Enemy. I've located the base.
in this short time, as an example, you have to know like where it actually is hitting or not.
Maybe they landed close.
But like we're getting 80 FPS up here.
I gotta keep moving.
This is a cool view too. I gotta update my driver for this game. You can see the green down there. That's great. That's also an example of why you should keep your drivers updated. But unfortunately for NVIDIA, it's been a lot of miss and miss as of late. So, well, I'll update it after this for sure. Maybe we could get even better performance. Who knows? But regardless, that wouldn't have one bearing or another on a ReBAR. I don't think it would.
The capsules. Wait.
Is that really oil?
What? No. That's impossible. They can't all be.
Yeah, so 47 is the low.
Makes no
And
sense.
it keeps jumping back up. It also is sitting around, yeah, if I round up 15 gigs, I gotta change that. 15 gigs of RAM from the system. The VRAM actually did get to 7.7.
Oh shit. It's rising fast.
So I was talking earlier, it's still under 8 gigs. Now this would be spilling over because it's gonna try to allocate more. But this would be on the verge of spilling over at high settings. I'm just impressed with the frame time graph. Like if I play any other UE games, it's pretty much moving a lot more than this. That still looks crazy.
Yes. The elevator. Quick.
Anytime you see it flat out like 60 like that
Come on.
or around it, that's I'm not doing anything. It's a scene. The low increased to 48.
Close. Hello?
All right, and we're back in the
Anybody here?
80s here. So all you can do is, oh, you can tilt the camera angle a little bit.
For a moment, I hope someone else made it.
Nice.
I need to find the comms room and get help.
I wonder if most time will be spent in here or not. So if we zoom out, it does that load again. So we got to go up to the communication room. And what's this? Is that oil? Tar? I've been prepping for a playthrough of Death Stranding. So like all this stuff out here, this tar or whatever else we got going on. Can we make this circle, this tire bigger? Since we can move so far away. Anyway. And then it jumps back up to the 80s. So what can we glean from this? Rebar on definitely could be noticed in this game, particularly in the 1% lows. It helped a lot to deal with particle effects and volumetrics throughout the scenes while providing more consistent average rates. So it's definitely a tool you'll want to have enabled, right? Like we looked at that when we got up close and personal with those flares and like the smoke and the volumetric stuff coming off. Now, again, this is an issue with NVIDIA drivers. So whichever one you update to, you'll want to make sure it's turned on, both from the BIOS and the driver. You want it enabled, ReBAR. So again, check the BIOS with something like GPU-Z and the driver with the NVIDIA Spectre tool. You're not going to get that access from the control panel or the NVIDIA app. And both of those I'll have linked below. But man, we want these things to work out of the box, but at least with PC gaming, we can get these things done ourselves. All right, but that's it for this video. Next, I'll dive into some of the stuff with the DLSS version, but I definitely just want to help sound the alarm also on this, that definitely you want to have the NVIDIA Profile Inspector on your computer. You want to be able to enable ReBAR at the driver level for everything globally, and set that, and you should be good to go, because you bought a system that can take advantage of it, and it needs to take advantage of it. So that said, I'll catch you in the next one. Like as always, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you later. Be the meta. Peace.